Afternoon, everybody. G-Bear with another episode of Homesteading the Desert. Here we are in container number 2, and as you can see, I got this headboard from an old king-size waterbed from the guy who rents my back apartment from me down in the OC, and I used it for a spice rack, or basically just to keep spices and baking needs and that stuff sorted so it's easy to find them. And I don't have to store all this stuff inside the cabin and take up space on that tiny little cabin right now. But this worked out pretty good. I'll be adding a couple more shelves in here. Here's the wire shelf that I put up, and I've got my fermentation tanks up there for beer making. And this is another one. This is my original one here. There's a Fun Beer 1350. That was one of the first times I fermented beer. So I brought a bunch of stuff up this time, and I got the back support spec there for the main table that's going to go there, but I didn't bring that up this time because I had a little situation, a little delay that slowed me down, let's say. What I did was I got a little too close to a piece of glass, and I cut my leg. So I'm moving a little bit on the slow side. All right, I did bring up that trailer load and the van load, and it's all put away now. I got here at 11 this morning, and I got everything put away by 4:30. Looks like we got a camper going down the road there. Look at my cloud potatoes. Look at that. They are really loving it. I see some flower buds coming off the tops of the plant there, and then there's another plant here, and then there's a third small plant down in the back right there. So, yeah, oh, there's another plant right there coming up. Oh my God, I'm going to have potatoes. Lots of potatoes. Okay, let's move on over this way. I brought up this old Onan generator that I used to have mounted on the back of the motorhome. That's behind me right now. And this thing still works. It runs really well. And it's a 30 amp generator, gasoline powered. And I started building this unit here, and that's supposed to go inside of it, and then I'd be able to roll it around. That's a project for me down the line. I had to use the winch on the trailer to move that thing. It's pretty heavy, so I don't think anybody's going to come and pick it up and run away with it. If they do, I don't want to mess with them. Okay, this is also plywood from that guy's waterbed, and that's 3/4 inch thick plywood. I got 3 pieces of it, so that's going to come in handy. And I've got a bunch of other lumber underneath there, and I got my ATV over here with the last bit of lumber that I have, which is only 2 2x4s and 2 1x4s. And those are for the chicken coop, which I'll be getting to probably tomorrow. I'm going to run into town and grab some more 2x4s and get some more done on there. And I did bring up some wood that I can use on that. Okay, let's move around one more time here. This thing that you're looking at over here, this is my Hydroponic Cactus. I built this years ago when I was really into hydroponics. And what this thing does is that unit right there is the fill tube, and that allows me to fill water up to that point. And then I have wicks that go down each one of these that sits in the water and wicks water up into the areas where my grow baskets will sit in each one of those. Black is not going to work out here. It's going to get way too hot, so I'm going to paint this with a very light green color. I think I've got some green paint in the container that I can use, and I get some little pots going inside of there. I might have to wrap some wire mesh around each one of them to keep the critters from getting up there and eating them. Okay, let's move around here, and I'm not going to step over the tongue of the trailer because of my owie on my leg, which is basically right down here. So we're going to move on inside. By the way, I got my bug lamp up, and I've been running that 24/7 because the bugs are coming out now that it's springtime. Let's move inside here, and I'll show you the other thing that I got set up here is this unit up here is a Cradlepoint. And this is better than that little jetpack that I had. These two antennas on this side and this little part of it right here actually pick up the cell phone signal from the satellite. And then this is a router. And this allows me to plug in 4 other peripherals into those outlets right there. And if I need more, I can even plug a switch into that, and I can add to the unit. I could put an 8 switch in there, an 8-point switch, and I could add more stuff to my network. But I think this is going to be fine with just 4 on there. I'll be able to get my printers on network, so I can print right from the cell phone, etc., etc. All right, this is another item I brought up. It used to sit on my desk, and this actually holds the cell phone upright like that. So my cell phone actually works as a nighttime clock, and that'll be a little handy now and then. All right, here's our weather right now. Wind speed, 14 miles an hour. It just came up from 4 miles an hour. It's been running pretty slow all day. Temperature's down to 72. Brrr, I'm freezing. Yeah, right. Dew point's at 33. It won't see that. But you can see here it's been in the 80s today. And that's a nice thing. It was easy to work with. And we're on the waning side of the moon. It's 6:30. I've got my Weber kettle going out here, and I'm smoking a Cornish Game Hen in there, and I'm slow smoking it. I'm keeping the heat down. You can see here I'm running just a little over 200 degrees, and that usually comes out to where I get a nice golden brown crispy skin on it with the seasonings that I put on there, and then a light bacony smoky flavor on the Cornish Game Hen. Let's see if we can peek in and take a quick look. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's looking good. So that's going to be part of my dinner. I'm going to have some green beans with that, and I haven't decided whether or not I want to do garlic toast. I don't think I need it. I got plenty to go with this little Cornish Game Hen and the green beans. So that's it for today. There's going to be some more exciting things coming up here soon. I've got a couple more big loads to haul up here, and I'm going to be getting those up as quick as possible because I'm down to like 20 days before I have to be out of the OC house permanently. So G-Bear signing off from another episode on April 8th, 2018.